Hey everyone, it's Lexi here. Welcome back to my channel, Nature's Ruby. So if you guys have been keeping up with my videos, you'd know that on Easter I got 6 baby chicks, and I made a little video on how to tell whether your chick might be a male or a female without vent sexing them. And so I would say that this method was pretty accurate, and so I predicted that I had 3 males and 3 females. The previous owner actually said that if I ended up with any roos, I can give them back, because I told her that I did not want any roos because I wanted my eggs to be clean and I didn't want any embryos in there, and so I did not want any roos in my flock. And then also my mom wanted some chicks as well, but she can't legally have roos where she lives, but she's allowed to have the hens. It was super heartbreaking for me because I became so attached to that whole set. But I had to take the roos back, and when I went to the lady to give them back, she told me that the black one might actually be a masculine female. Maybe I should hold on to that one a bit longer just to be for certain that it's not a hen. And so in exchange for the 2 that she took, she ended up giving me a naked neck and a frizzle that she said were for certain female. And I strongly thought that this black one was a roo, but anyways, we ended up taking it back home, and immediately Merida, out of everyone, Merida started picking on the babies. And so I was like, what the heck, Merida? What's wrong with you? Why are you being so rude? We love you so much. I don't know what to do with you. And so I ended up giving her to my mom with Blossom so that she wouldn't be alone. So we ended up with Queenie, the black one, the naked neck, and the frizzle. Then one day my mom started texting me, hey Lex, I think that Merida might be a boy. And I was like, what? No way. She's definitely a girl. I even sent the lady a pic of her, and she was like, yeah, that's definitely a female. But I guess just people, even in animals, what you think could be a male might have some feminine characteristics, and the same thing for the females, they might have some more masculine characteristics. And so Merida supposedly, according to my mom, started crowing, but I never heard it, so I was like, maybe she's just making noise and my mom's freaking out. And so I was like, okay, I'll take Merida home. But when I went to go see Merida, she was a lot bigger than Blossom, a whole lot bigger than Blossom. She had a more prominent wattle and comb, but I was still maybe she's just developing a lot faster, I don't know. So I brought her home, and immediately she started fighting with the black one that I had, and it was very apparent that they were both male. And so we definitely learned the hard way that once you separate the males, once they come back together, it is very likely that they may not get along because they can be territorial, especially if hens are in the mix. And so if they have not grown up together and just been kept together without the females, I definitely would not recommend trying to put males together, because it was so hard to break up the fight, because I felt they just kept kind of just going running away from me but fighting, and it was just hard to break it up. And it's super sad to watch because we loved both of them so much, and I had to end up putting a wood in between them to stop them, and it was not a fun sight to see. So we ended up taking those 2 back to the lady, and the lady had no more chicks to give us, and so Blossom was left at my mom's house by herself, and I had Queenie and the other 2. But I felt so bad for Blossom, and we definitely had space in our coop for some more chicks, and so we went to a different person that had an excessive amount of chicks because their friend had an excessive amount of eggs to be hatched, and so they took them and hatched them but didn't care to keep the chicks. And so we took 7 from them that we suspected were female, and there were a couple in there that we thought could be males, but they were so beautiful that we're we'll just give them a chance. And I'll actually show you one of them. I think this one for certain might be a male, because even when we picked this one out, the comb was a lot more prominent than the rest, and as you can see, it's already starting to turn color, and he's just a beefier chick, a lot stockier than the other ones. And so I kind of feel this might definitely be a male, even though the wings are a little interesting. But I think they were just really little when we got them, but more developed, so they just might be they're supposedly a barnyard mix, so they just might be a smaller type of chicken, and they're actually a lot older. The guy isn't, I don't think he really told us the proper age, but they were so beautiful that we went the next day to get 7 more. And also because there was this black one that I thought I picked up and I didn't pick him up, and I just like thought about him all night, and I had to text the person. I was like, can I please pick up chickens tomorrow, because I had to get that one that I left behind. And let me show you who that one is. Actually, this one right here is so freaking cute, like so cute. I had to go back for this one, even though it's really hard to tell whether it's a male or female because it could just be little, but I'm hoping this is a female. But that's the one I went back for, and so we ended up getting 7 more that second time. So we had a total of 14 chicks plus the 3 that we kept, and plus my mom has Blossom. So I guess you can say we have a total of 18 chickens right now. And that's just pretty much the update with what's going on with our chicken journey. And so I'm pretty sure that in this batch we are going to have a few roos, and I would say that if you have roos and you don't want them, you can definitely try posting them online on like Craigslist or Facebook or wherever, because people are always wanting to start a flock. And you know, it's definitely possible to just keep the roos like separated from the females if needed, so that you do have like, you know, clean eggs, or you can just kind of divide your flock in a sense, so you have like some breeding hens, and then you also have some that are just for eggs. I, as a vegetarian, like I'm always super worried that when it comes to selling these guys or getting rid of them for free, that someone might unalive them. So I would definitely recommend selling them for a decent price on these sites, so that they hopefully go to a good home. And you can even ask like local farmers if they would be interested in taking them in as well. They do make absolutely fantastic pets. In fact, before I had this flock some years ago, I actually had a pet rooster named Sir Majesty, and I only had him, and he was like the best experience of having a bird. I've had parrots, I've had lovebirds, but he was like my favorite bird. Like I absolutely loved him. He like tried to mimic me when I would talk. He couldn't obviously talk like a parrot, but he would like he was the best chicken ever. And he was so cuddly and sweet. He was also very protective over me, just like a dog. Like anytime I would come home, he would just like run up to me like a dog. Like he was literally the best experience of having a rooster as a pet. And I would definitely recommend like getting one as a pet. Like if you're not interested in having a flock, roosters can make really cool pets, and you could definitely check on Craigslist online. Some people give them away for free that are in situations similar to what I was into. Luckily, I was able to give mine back to the previous owner, but these guys will probably be up for sale, because I don't think that the owner I got these chicks from wants them back, because he was trying to get rid of them in the first place. So if you like this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. And if you want to see more content like this, don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.